Let's burn this motherfucker down!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and wrestling fans of the world, it's your boy Megacrasher, coming at you pumped up, coming at you hardcore, and coming at you guys back again once again with a brand new video, and also coming at you guys straight from the gym. So I'm a little bit sweaty, I'm still a little bit hopped up off my pre-workout, so I apologize if this video is a little bit louder than usual, but goodness gracious, great balls of fire, man, where do I even begin with this video? Like, this pay-per-view, Great Balls of Fire, was absolutely awesome. It exceeded my expectations for this sort of pay-per-view, man. And I mean, here's the thing is that, like, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but did you guys notice that Great Balls of Fire was actually more extreme and more barbaric than Extreme Rules? I mean, if you guys looked at Extreme Rules, there wasn't hardly anything extreme about that pay-per-view, but this pay-per-view had more extreme action in it. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this video rolling, man. Holy cow. Where do we begin, baby? Let's aim for 20 likes and let's get this started, shall we? So let's head straight for the kickoff match, which is Neville, the Cruiserweight Champion, versus Akira Tozawa for the championship. And I gotta say that this match was slightly better than your average kickoff match. I still, you know, now that I think about it, it's like I kind of wish that this was a match that was put on the main card, because, I mean, it is for the title, you know, but you know what? It would be the first time that they pushed the Cruiserweight Championship onto a kickoff show for pay-per-view. They did the same thing at WrestleMania, but anyways, this match was fairly good, fairly high-flying, and I kind of enjoyed it. But the thing is that nothing really too special happened in the match to really point out. Neville ended up retaining the title. Kind of doesn't surprise me here at this point. I mean, Neville's really looking to be an unstoppable Cruiserweight Champion. I mean, who was gonna stop this freaking package of, like, huge-ass muscle with, like, speed and agility and intensity and technicality and all that stuff, man? I mean, woo! Like, I gotta say, man, Neville is on fire, and it's very, very apropos that I say that, considering we are talking about Great Balls of Fire. He was on fire at Great Balls of Fire. I mean, just kind of goes without saying, you know? But with that being said, though, ladies and gentlemen, I did predict for Neville to win, and sure enough, he got the big W. So, with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to move on to the first match on the main card. Alright, so the first match of the card, to my surprise, was Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins. I mean, this right here, I kind of felt like was going to be a main event level match, because, I mean, you got Seth Rollins, one of the very best wrestlers in this current generation, versus Bray Wyatt, who is on a very similar level, but a different sort of style. You know what I mean? I mean, you got Seth Rollins, who is very in-your-face, very high-flying, technical, and just pretty damn explosive, you know? Like, he's got a whole bunch of moves in his arsenal, and you got Bray Wyatt, someone who's unpredictable, someone who relies more on psychology, on mind games, to get into the opponent's head and thus get the victory. Now, this match was okay, but, you know, I wasn't exactly into it. Not as much as I thought I would be, because, I mean, it's Seth freaking Rollins, you know what I'm saying? And Bray freaking Wyatt, but the thing is, though, is that this match could have went a little bit longer than desired. I mean, it went a little bit over the 12-minute mark, and I'm just thinking, damn, like, that was kind of a bit of a short match there, but as predicted, Bray Wyatt picked up the victory, although it was with an eye poke, which was a slightly controversial way to pick up the victory. Nonetheless, Bray Wyatt does pick up the win over Seth Rollins, as I predicted. Now, the thing of it is, ladies and gentlemen, is that the second part of my prediction is this going to be a feud that spaces out over a number of pay-per-views and a number of months? I certainly hope so, man, because I definitely believe that they should have a rematch at SummerSlam where Seth Rollins gets his win back. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would only make sense, right? Because it's, as I said before in the predictions video, Bray Wyatt has had several matches in a period of several months with Dean Ambrose back in 2014, and then they did the same thing with Roman Reigns back in 2015, so it would only make sense if they did the same thing with Seth Rollins here in this situation. So, with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to move on to the next match. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we get to the match where it's best friends turn bitter enemies, Enzo Amore versus Big Cass. And I just gotta say that this match was pretty much as predictable and as one-sided as it could get, okay? I mean, Big Cass dominated Enzo Amore, finished him off with the big boot, 1, 2, 3, and that was it. Like, it was a one-sided match, pretty much. I mean, like, the match did not last that long whatsoever, but the highlight of the match, in my opinion, was the promo that Enzo Amore cut before the match, and my god, wow, like, I know that this is all work and stuff like that, but man, oh man, like, Enzo Amore has got to be one of the most passionate people on the mic that I have ever seen, okay? Like, he cuts some of the best promos that I have seen in recent memory, okay? Like, and there's not a lot of people that can do that consistently, okay? Like, Paul Heyman's one of those people that's like, when he speaks, you shut up and listen, because, like, what he says is gold. And Enzo Amore is starting to get on that sort of level, you know? It's like, when he's talking, you shut up and listen kind of thing. I mean, even though he does say some of the same things over and over again, like, my name is Enzo Amore, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that! You know, something like that, but like, you know, after he gets all the preliminaries out of the way, my god, the guy can spit. The guy can speak, like, the guy is just absolutely amazing, so I really, really hope that this match was not a burial for Enzo Amore. Like, the guy needs a push as well as Big Cass. I mean, like, Big Cass is obviously, you know, obviously the bigger of the two, and you know how Vinnie Mac is, you know, you know how he likes his men. He likes them really big, really buffed up and all that stuff, so obviously, Enzo Amore is the smaller of the two, but I hope that WWE Creative has something good in store for Enzo Amore down the road, and I almost am going to say 100% sure that they're going to have something big for Big Cass down the road too, like perhaps a future championship match for either the WWE Championship, Universal Championship, who knows. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to move on to the next match. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so now we get on to what I believe is a candidate for match of the night, if not match of the month, okay? We got Cesaro and Sheamus versus the Hardy Boys in a 30-minute Iron Man match for the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships, and wow, man, oh man, like this match, you know, it got me on the edge of my seat, man, but the thing of it is that the match started out in a very explosive way, with Sheamus pinning Matt Hardy immediately after he kicked his damn head off because of Cesaro distracting him, and then what ends up happening is that, like, about 10 minutes in the match, like around 10 minutes, Sheamus ends up pinning Jeff Hardy to get the second straight fall, so things were not looking good for the Hardys whatsoever, but then turnabouts is fair play, because the thing is that Jeff Hardy ends up pinning Cesaro with the twist of fate to make it a 2-for-1, but still, like, the Hardys were one pinfall behind, and Matt ends up getting counted out, so that now makes it 3-1 Cesaro, Sheamus versus the Hardy Boys, but then the thing of it is that Jeff Hardy pins Cesaro to make it 3-2, and then get this, like, okay, this was fucking awesome, okay, like, Matt Hardy pins Sheamus with a top rope twist of fate to make it tied 3-3. Like, at that point, it was anybody's game. I was just like flipping my lid right then and there, man. I was like, holy shit. Are they actually going to do it? Is the Hardy Boys going to get back their championships and get back their glory like they did at WrestleMania? I certainly hope so. The thing of it is that, like, you know, Cesaro ended up making the save when the Hardys were about to win, and Jeff ended up hitting a swanton on Sheamus, but Cesaro actually runs in for the save and pins Jeff Hardy, and as time ran out, okay, like, there was not enough time for the Hardy Boys to salvage another victory, another pinfall, and thus Cesaro and Sheamus win the match 4-3. Now, the thing is that Matt Hardy got busted open hard in this match. Like, my god, like, that was absolutely brutal. And I'm just like, dude, like, this just added more character to the match, okay? Like, these guys just beat the living hell out of each other for 30 minutes. And I'm like, man, oh man, like, this was definitely the longest match of this pay-per-view, you know? But without a shadow of a doubt, in my opinion, I believe it was the best, just by a smidge, okay? I'm going to talk about the other match that I thought was a candidate for best match of the night in this video very, very soon. But with that being said, though, ladies and gentlemen, I had predicted for Cesaro and Sheamus to win against the Hardy Boys, and they did exactly that, but just barely, though. It was a tight match, but with that being said, though, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to move on to the next match. So now we get to another championship match where it's the Raw Women's Championship Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks. So actually, Alexa Bliss is not the championship. She is the champion. My bad, ladies and gentlemen. So let me try this again. So we have ourselves the WWE Raw Championship match where it's Alexa Bliss, the defending champion, versus Sasha Banks, the challenger. Now, I gotta say that Alexa Bliss, like, she knows how to play the mind games, man. She did that fucking double jointed arm trick where she made it look like that Sasha Banks had broke her arm, like, legit. And turns out that was just a fucking trick right there. And a very good one at that, you know. The match was pretty damn awesome. It was pretty damn entertaining. And you know, there was some pretty crazy moves going on. Like Alexa ends up hitting a sunset flip powerbomb on Sasha Banks, and you know, I was surprised that Sasha Banks actually kicked out because I'm like, damn, like that was pretty damn crazy, you know. But the thing is that the match did end on a countout where Sasha Banks ended up winning via countout because Alexa Bliss got counted out. But Alexa thought that she could get away, but Sasha was not having any of that because it basically ended with Sasha Banks doing the whole double knee move off of the announce table onto Alexa Bliss. I'm like, oh, damn! Like, I'm just thinking, I was like, there's no way in hell that those guys are finished. Not by a long shot. And I'm thinking that they are, in fact, going to have an epic rematch at SummerSlam, and I certainly hope that I can't even talk. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so pumped. It's like, I hope that they have that rematch at SummerSlam. I hope exactly that happens. But man, oh man, it's just like, I was thinking, it's like, there was no way that Sasha Banks was going to win this championship at this time. And I thought to myself that Alexa Bliss was going to win via controversy, you know, count out, things like that, disqualification, and she ended up retaining it in exactly that sort of fashion. A very controversial and underhanded fashion. But with that being said, though, ladies and gentlemen, I certainly hope that this rivalry is not over and it culminates at SummerSlam. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we go from one championship match to another. Let's get into it. So now we get on to the Intercontinental Championship match where it's The Miz, the champion, versus Dean Ambrose, the challenger. And I was kind of thinking, it's like, man, it's like, how many times are these guys gonna fight over the damn belt? Like, oh my god, like, I've lost count of how many matches that these guys have had with each other for the title, but nonetheless, you know, it was an okay match. I mean, it featured Dean Ambrose, which is one of my favorites, and you got The Miz, who is one of my favorite heels. I mean, the guy's annoying as fuck, but he can back it up big time, and he's got ways of getting around the system and, you know, pulling through with the victories and all that stuff. And that's exactly what happened here in this situation, with this situation being the numbers game. I mean, The Miz was accompanied by Maurice, Curtis Axel, and Bo Dallas. Dean Ambrose ended up going after them, and the thing is that, like, it eventually caught up to him. The distractions in the number games eventually caught up to him, and The Miz actually ended up retaining the title with the skull-crushing finale with the help of what he calls the Miz Taraj. Now, I will say that Dean Ambrose did have the match won at one point, but the thing is that Maurice ended up putting The Miz's foot on the rope to save the match, to break up the count, because had that not have happened, we probably would have seen a new champion crowned. But I just gotta say that this match right here, I mean, I'm kind of confused. It's like, where are they going to go from here at this match? Is Dean Ambrose going to continue to feud with The Miz over the Intercontinental Championship? Or is The Miz going to be feuding with a new challenger heading towards, say, SummerSlam or something like that? You know, like, I just gotta say that, you know, this match, while it might not have been bad, it definitely could have been better, you know what I'm saying? But with all that being said, I also predicted for The Miz to retain his championship, albeit by a controversial fashion, with the help of the Miz Taraj and Maurice, which is exactly what happened. So we're actually doing really damn good for comparing predictions to results so far. I mean, like, that's pretty damn awesome. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to move on to the next match, which I thought is like, it was like, you know, a match of the night, match of the month candidate. Very fucking awesome. Let's get to it. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we get to the big match. We get to Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman in an ambulance match, okay? Like, this match took brutality, in my opinion, to a whole nother level for the PG era. And I certainly hope that they do get out of the PG era soon, because it's killing it. But the thing is that this match right here was like, you know what? Screw PG. We're going all the way. And I'm just like, holy cow. Like, this was definitely one of the more brutal ambulance matches I have ever seen, okay? Like, it's no Shane McMahon versus Kane style ambulance match, but it was kind of up there, you know? It was up there in a different way, but anyways, the thing is that, like, there was steel stairs, there was chairs, there was a whole bunch of craziness that happened. Like, Roman Reigns tried using a steel chair on Braun Strowman, and it had no effect on him. It's like Braun Strowman just fucking ate that hit up, and it was just like, boom, like, he was like, yeah, what you got now, bitch? And I'm just like, oh, fuck. Roman, you was in trouble, big dog, you was in trouble, baby. And the thing is that, like, they were fighting all over the place. They were fighting on stage, and, you know, Roman Reigns was hitting so many damn Superman punches, I've lost count, okay? And what had happened was that Reigns then shoved Strowman through the LED lights in the stage. I'm like, oh man, like, I would have preferred there to be, like, sparks or, like, some sort of, like, partial power outage or something like that. I think that would have added more impact to the match, but nonetheless, it was still a pretty damn good spot, okay? But perhaps the biggest mistake in the match on Reigns' end was that he tried to go for a spear on Braun Strowman and ends up running into the ambulance, and that's how Braun Strowman ends up winning the match, was because of the fact that he ends up spearing himself into the ambulance, and Braun Strowman took the opportunity to close the doors and win the match. But the thing of it is, though, ladies and gentlemen, is that it was not over from there, because Reigns popped out of the ambulance and speared Braun Strowman, and then the thing is that, like, Reigns ended up driving the ambulance away with Braun Strowman inside, and then backs the son of a bitch into his semi-truck, and I'm just like, man, what the hell is this? It's like, he literally tried to kill Braun Strowman right there, and Kurt Angle was fucking freaking out about that shit, man. Now, something I just kind of want to add on to this before I move on is, like, there's some rumors circulating around that this could have actually been a double turn. Now, for those of you guys that don't know what I mean by a double turn, basically what happens is, it's when both of the characters in that match go through a turn in their character. So say, for example, Braun Strowman is a monster heel and Roman is a face, even though he gets booed to hell all the time. The thing is that, like, because of the fact that Roman Reigns literally tried to kill Braun Strowman, I'm thinking that, you know, Braun Strowman, is now going to be a monster face, and Roman Reigns is finally going to be the heel that, like, everyone is, like, booing him up to be kind of thing. And I have not seen, like, a double turn like that since, I don't know, back in, I believe it was the Payback pay-per-view in 2013, where it was Alberto Del Rio versus Dolph Ziggler. Alberto came in as the face, but left as the heel, and Dolph Ziggler came in as the heel, but left as the face. So, I mean, I'm kind of thinking that they have something similar to that effect going on here in this situation. Now, here's the thing, man, is that I actually predicted for Roman Reigns to win this match, so that way it could not only get him some revenge from the Payback assault that he got at the hands of Braun Strowman, but also give him some really solid momentum towards SummerSlam should he challenge the Universal Champion. That being, well, I'm not going to spoil it right now because, like, we still have to get to the final match, okay? But this right here, I'm just like, okay, like, this was a huge-ass turn of events. I mean, yeah, sure, Braun Strowman won the match technically, but it kind of looks like that he was losing the war because, like, like, serial killer Roman Reigns tried to fucking kill him, you know? Like, he backed his ass up into a semi-truck with the ambulance, with Braun Strowman in it, and the ambulance got fucking destroyed, you know? And I'm just like, oh, jeez. Like, that was just, that's gonna be very interesting to see what's gonna take place tonight on Monday Night Raw, you know? So, with all that being said, it's now time to move on to the next match, which I didn't expect to happen, but let's get to it. So, we have a filler match. We have an impromptu filler match being Heath Slater versus Kurt Hawkins. Now, the thing is that, like, Slater may have won, but the thing of it is that, like, the finish was not the focal point in that moment right there. It was the fact that the paramedics were trying to tend to Braun Strowman, and Braun Strowman was resisting to be put on a stretcher, resisting their help, and my god, Braun Strowman was a bloody mess. I mean, his face was busted up, his elbow was all busted up. I'm like, oh my god, like Roman Reigns just, like, literally tried to kill the guy. It's like, but this right here, I am so damn curious, like, where this whole situation, where this feud between Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns is going to go, because, like, the guys have been feuding with each other for, like, a number of months. I mean, holy cow. I just can't wait to see what's going to happen tonight on Monday Night Raw, like I said. But, ladies and gentlemen, are you guys ready? It is main event time. Let's get to it. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we get on to what I believe is a dream match, okay? We got Brock Lesnar, the WWE Universal Champion, defending the belt against Samoa Joe. and I'm just like, whoa, man, I can't wait to see this match, baby. I can't wait to see, and the action started before the match officially began, because what ended up happening was that Samoa Joe attacks Brock Lesnar from behind as Paul Heyman was doing his usual intro, and Samoa Joe ends up slamming Brock Lesnar through a table before the match even began. Now, the thing is that the match begun when Brock Lesnar got back in the ring, and Joe was just like all over Brock Lesnar, but it was like, oh man, like, we're seeing it here. We are seeing a fight. We are seeing a fight between two big men that can really just slug it down with each other, you know? And the thing is that, like, the main highlights of the matches was nothing but suplexes and coquina clutches, more suplexes, more coquina clutches, and the thing of it is that, like, Brock Lesnar actually countered the coquina clutch into an F5, and 1, 2, 3, the match was over. And see, okay, this right here, this is the only complaint I have about this match, is that how is it that it took only one F5 to put Samoa Joe away? I mean, I was half expecting for Joe to kick out of that F5 because there was like multiple superstars that have kicked out of multiple F5s. I'm like, what? It's like, so Samoa Joe gets put away with one F5. That's it? Like, what the fuck, man? It's like, okay, like, I was like, oh man, it's like, that right there was my only complaint about this match, but other than that, though, it's like, this was like a near perfect match, in my opinion, okay? It could have went a little bit longer, but the thing is that, like, in a match like this, it was just like, wow, dude. It's like, it was one of those things where it's like, you lost track of time. It's just like, everything was fast-paced, boom, boom, boom. Like, they were beating the hell out of each other. Brock Lesnar's definitely not gonna walk away unscathed, okay? It's like, he's walking away, but it's like he's walking away with a piece of him missing, you know? Because, like, Samoa Joe took it to him, okay? Like, damn, like, this match did live up to the hype, and I gotta say, this pay-per-view more than lived up to the hype, and I predicted for Brock Lesnar to win, because it would only make sense for Brock Lesnar to win this, so that way, he could go on to SummerSlam to challenge Roman Reigns in that WrestleMania 31 rematch that not really anybody asked for, but I think we're gonna get anyways, and hey, not gonna hate on that, man. I mean, if they do have a rematch, I'm curious to see what the turnout is gonna be, you know? Holy crap, man, this was absolutely amazing. Like, I legitimately loved Great Balls of Fire. Like, for a pay-per-view that's not like a marquee pay-per-view like SummerSlam or WrestleMania, you know, this match, like this pay-per-view really fucking just nailed it out of the park, okay? But of course, that's just my opinion. Please let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Holy crap, but that right there is going to conclude this video. I certainly hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it and all that stuff. And if you guys did, make sure you smash the hell out of the like button. Let's see if we can aim for 20 likes, like I said at the beginning of the program. And if you want more content like this, then make sure you subscribe, support, and stay positive. And don't forget to turn on notifications. That way you'll be the first to know when you see me upload next. And if this is your very first time ever viewing my content and you haven't yet subscribed, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the sub button up real nice and join our community today, because we are red hot on the highway to 5K. We are burning rubber big time, and I just gotta say, I am loving you guys for all the growth and all the love, man. Thank you so much. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Much love, you cool cats, and I will see you next up. Go.